Okay, here we go. I don't know what happened there, and hopefully it doesn't happen again, but I think we're just picking up where we left off. So here's our card base. This is a piece of paper from the Full of Life paper. And maybe you noticed when I flipped it over, maybe you recognized that design. It's a very bright pack of paper. All right, so we're going to stamp this now. And I'm going to use Shy Shamrock for my tree here. The reason I chose Shy Shamrock is because this is Shy Shamrock. Now, how do I know that's Shy Shamrock? I looked on the pack of paper and it tells me what these colors are. So this is Shy Shamrock, this is Berry Burst, and this is Blueberry Bushel, which we'll be using also. So we'll make the treetop in Shy Shamrock. And I'm going to put this on here a certain way. I'm going to put it so that it's partially off the edges. And also, I want this opening right here that looks like it could be big enough to be two openings. I want that toward the bottom because that's where my tree trunk is going to go. So just put that on there. There we go, beautiful. All right, and now the tree trunk will be early espresso. And the tree trunk fits very nicely right there. So we're going to go right there. Okay. And I'm choosing to put Easter eggs into the tree. Just a little whimsy and fun there. And I'm going to use Berry Burst for those. And here's my little Easter egg stamp. So these are these little elements. There's 3 in there, and they're kind of in the shape of a triangle. So if you look at your openings, they're also kind of in the shape of a triangle. So you can fit them right in that triangle. Like that. Like that. Making these Easter cards is reminding me when I was a kid, my brother used to be really into the bunnies, and he had a lot of stuffed bunnies. There's Mommy Bunny and Daddy Bunny, and there's just plain old Bunny, and he had them make up a town called Bunniesville. I haven't thought about Bunniesville in a long time. And so he used to make drawings of Bunniesville, and he would have all the little burrows and all the little holes where the bunnies could go in and out. All right, now on this one, on here I put shamrocks all the way across, but on this one, I'm going to put grass. So, and I'm going to use the Shy Shamrock again. And we're just going to put grass along the bottom and overlapping. Yeah, Bunniesville was a lot of fun. Okay, all right, I'll put a couple more in here. They don't all have to be full strength. You can stamp, and then you can stamp another one without re-inking, and it will just be a little bit lighter, which can kind of add a nice element. Okay, so next we'll make the basket. And I decided on this one, I wanted to make the basket Blueberry Bushel, because there's Blueberry Bushel right there. So see how Stampin' Up coordinates all this stuff? it really was one of the things that sold me on Stampin' Up, was how I could not have to run to the store all the time looking for things that matched. I had stuff that matched. All right, so there's my basket. Now the basket isn't part of this set. The basket is part of this set, which is Storybook Garden Patch. There's the basket there. Some of my cards I've used this watering can as well with the basket. You'll see that later. All right, so in the basket, I'm going to put some Easter eggs, and some of them are going to be Blueberry Bushel, and some of them are going to be Berry Burst. So I'll be wiping them off in between with my chamois here. I love this little thing. Just wipe them off. Uh-oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. This would not be good. I have a very loud sneeze. All right, wipe it off. Put a nice Blueberry Bushel one next. Wipe it off. Put a Berry Burst one, and it can go right over the top of the handle because you're going to be coloring over that handle, and it won't look funny. It'll just look like the Easter eggs are coming out from behind. There we go. There. And I could have done I could have done some of these up in the tree. I could have made them Blueberry Bushel as well. I don't know why I didn't do that. I could have done that. Okay, so then we'll color this in. And I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel to color that in. I wanted a blue basket this time. I used more neutral colors the other time, but these are Stampin' Blend markers, and they come 2 to a pack. You get a light and a dark. And I'm going to color the handle with the dark. They have 2 ends. They've got a nib end, and then they've got more of a brush end. So I'm using the nib end here because these are kind of smaller spaces. Just color that over the top. There we go. And the rim of the basket right there, like that. And then I'll use the light one to color in this part. The nice thing about these alcohol markers is that they don't leave those lines. You know, when you color and you get lines. No lines. So I'm going to go over the top of this handle again because I want the handle to be different than the baskets. So we'll just go over the top of that and make it darker. They look pretty much the same, but I don't want them to be the same. I guess I could have stamped that in Memento Black, and it would have shown the differences more. Okay, and I'm just going over the little basket lines that the artist put in the stamp. There we go. All right. So there's my little basket of eggs, and I already cut that out. Kind of speed the process up here a little bit so you don't have to watch me cut that out. There's our basket of eggs, and am I done stamping? No. I'm going to stamp with the Blueberry Bushel. Well, this isn't a 5/8 inch strip, and I made it say Easter Greetings. This one says Happy Spring, and that comes from the other storybook set. This one. It's got Somebody Loves You, Welcome Little One, Happy Spring, Thank You So Very Much, and Hello Friend. So you can put or you can put something else in there if you want. But I'm going to use Easter Greetings. Okay. So we're ready to assemble. That was fast. So I'm going to put this one. And then I'm going to back it with some Berry Burst. So this was 3 by 4. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. glue down on there. Don't need much. Just kind of center it. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on the back here. And you can use however many dimensionals you want. On one this size, I like to use about 6. You could use more, you could use less. Just peel the backs off of these. If you have a little bit of a fingernail, you can do it with your fingernail. Otherwise, there's a nifty little tool Stampin' Up makes called the Take Your Pick tool. And if you use this end, you can just pull those off like that. Okay. So that's going to go, wait, one more thing. Oops. Now, this is something you can do. If you have one of these little silicone mats, I didn't do this on purpose, but I've already got the backs taken off of these. So I'm going to put it, instead of putting it down on paper, I'm going to save my, stamped image here. And I'm going to put a little bit of blue in the sky there. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to open up this Azure Afternoon. I should have done this before I even backed it, but it'll be fine. And then I'm going to take a blending brush. Now these blending brushes, they come in a small pack of 3 or a large pack of 3. And that could be something you could order to get up to $60, because these things are pretty handy. So I'm just going to put it on here. Now, Azure Afternoon is a little bit darker, and I don't want this dark. So I'm just going to brush a bunch of that off there on the side until I get pretty light. And then I'm going to start light and just put a little bit on there, just so it's not so stark white. There we go. I like that. Okay, so now I can take it off of there. Glad I had that handy. And I can center this right on here. Okay. The fun little Easter basket is also going to go on dimensionals. I'll put one on each end. And I'm going to put it right there. Let's see, where do I want that? That's going to go there. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so on this is not even because this is raised up just a little bit with the dimensional. So the bottom of this has to also be raised up with the dimensional, and the top we'll put glue on. So to get a really skinny dimensional, I'm just going to take a sheet here and cut a couple of skinny pieces from the edge. Stick those along the bottom. Okay, 2 and 3. There we go. All right, take the cover off of that one. And then we'll put a little bit of glue along the top edge here. And actually, before I do that, I want a little more grass. Right here. this grass a little taller. There we go. Like that, because then when this goes on, some of that grass will still show. And this can go right under the edge of that basket there. And I want that in the center. Right like that. There we go. Nice. So that is the base. And now we can decorate this up a little bit. Now if I wanted to, I could take some of these Stampin' Write markers, and I wanted to show you these Stampin' Write markers because there's a difference in our two kinds of markers. They still match. There's all the colors, but these are alcohol markers, which means they blend with each other. I mean, you can color it. Let's take this little scrap here. And you can make gradations of color just by coloring over the top, and you're not going to get those lines. So these are really fun, and they're not something you're going to let your kids play with. I'll just kind of let that dry. These are regular markers in Stampin' Up! Colors. But the thing about these right now, and these are really nice for small little places. They also have the two ends, but they are smaller ends. These are a little bit bigger ends. So there's a deal going on right now with the Sale-a-bration. I'm just going to put that to the side and we'll finish it in a few minutes. So till the end of February, if you spend $60, you can pick something from this catalog. So this pick a season is one of the things you can pick for $60. There's also this stamp set documenting the day, which I think is a really nice one for scrapbookers. There's a kit. There's fruit paper. There's the seagull stamp set, which has been a lot of fun. An embossing folder, day to celebrate stamp set. The toadstool paper. I made a bunch of cards out of this. The pick a season. There's some ribbon. It's called Fresh Freesia 3/8 inch seam binding ribbon, and it really ties up nice. This cute little Dance With Me stamp set, which is growing on me. Bloom Impressions 12 by 12 designer series paper, and I just wanted to show you this. Show you the papers in here because they're so pretty. Let's move this out of the way. Two-sided. So I think this one looks like sky. Got that. Got this one. Nice spring colors. Got this one. That's Blackberry Bliss. This one. And this yellow one with the peach pie on the back. So on the back of your paper, like I said, it tells you all the colors that are in it. So this one has pumpkin pie, shy shamrock, azure afternoon, blackberry bliss, blueberry bushel, coastal cabana, daffodil delight, flirty flamingo, melon mambo, peach pie, and petunia pop. It's got all those colors in there. Anyway, let's get back to this, and then we'll get back to these markers. So this is a stamp set and die. So this is a $120 purchase to get this. This has been very popular. This is also $120 Corner in Bloom set. And at the beginning of February, they also added 11 more items from the catalog. And if you look on my last newsletter, and I believe on my Facebook page, you can find all those items, or you can find it online easily enough. One of the things are these brass butterflies, which maybe I'll use these. I'll use these. We're going to put a few of these on. Kind of all over the place here, aren't I? They come in two sizes. And I'm just going to put 3 of these butterflies up here in the sky, because butterflies are nice spring fun things. There we go. I'm going to do a couple other things to add to this card too. I'm going to add a little bow, and I think I want to use white. On here I used the crumb cake, but on this one, on here I used the crumb cake, but on this one I'm going to use the white. I'll just make a little bow with my bow jig. Oh wait, there's already one in here, but I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so I'm just going to wrap this around, cross it, take the one that's on the bottom, put it over the top to the back, bring it under to the front, and then tie it off. And there you go, a nice little bow. Make this side a little shorter. There we go. And that comes with 5 different colors in that basic twine essentials pack. I used linen thread on this one, but I couldn't find it, so this works very well also. And that we will attach to the card with mini glue dots. Now, if you're trying to get yourself up to $60 and you don't have mini glue dots, you need glue, you want dimensionals. Those are all little things to help you get up to that $60 that you're going to use all the time. Basic white cardstock, the thick cardstock, which is really nice. I'm going to put this right by the handle. I rolled it up a little bit, and I'm going to put that right there. And, oh, I really like how that turned out. And now I'm going to add a little Wink of Stella here to these Easter eggs, just to give them a little shine, make them stand out a little bit from the background. Very cute. And that's basically all there is to this card. And you can make this, like I said, a fall card. You could do like yellow treetop and orange little leaves in the middle. You could do roses. You could do hearts. There's those 5 things you can pick from. That's why they call it pick a season. All right, here we are. I could do these too. I'm not going to do that right now. I might do that later though. And there's that card. Now, getting back to these markers here. During January, Stampin' Up! Has a special join deal, January and February, so it's not over yet, where you can, and joining Stampin' Up! Doesn't mean you're going to be a demonstrator, doesn't mean you're going to do videos, it just means you get a discount. Some people just call it being a discount shopper. But there are other advantages that you can get on the Demonstrator Planning Place website, and you can find all kinds of great ideas on there. You can get into card swaps with friends and go to events, lots of fun things. All right, so this is 2 packs of these. There are 4 different packs. There's brights, neutrals, subtles, and regals. And during the join deal, for $99, you can get these 2 stamp sets, these 2 sets of markers, a special stamp set called Handmade Designs. You can get $125 worth of product with free shipping, and you get a free paper pumpkin kit. And for the next 3 months, you can get 20% off all of your purchases. That's why they call it a discount shopper thing. If you buy $300 worth of stuff in the next 3 months, it goes on for an additional 3 months. You can pick whichever 2 sets of these you want. The other deal is, if you already have these or you're not interested in these, you could spend $99 and get $150 $55 worth of your choice of things. Okay, I kind of like this one better than this one. I think because of the extra color in it, where this is mostly green and brown. There's some blue in the back. But I think because of the blue basket, I should have probably made this basket blue. It would have been a nice tie in there. Okay, let me show you some of these other cards that I made. Some of these I made from ideas I saw on Pinterest. Some of them, this is just like those other ones, except I decided to put a brick wall in there because in Ireland there's lots of brick walls. Okay, this one, I don't remember who made this one originally, but it's the same paper in the background, just a different design from that same paper pack. This uses this yellow from the Bloom Impressions, the free paper. Is it on the other side? Yeah, there it is. That's what I used in the background there. I put those yellow roses in the tree, added a few butterflies, put some yellow twine across the top there, and I used a different stamp that's in that set and made this little sign that says God bless and put it on that little twig. We've got this one. This was made by one of the artisans. Stampin' Up! Every year has some artisans that they pick. And there's very, very, very talented people. And they get free supplies and they get them early so that they can showcase some of the great things you can do with their products. So this has got the Hello Friend. I made the fence that's in the Pick a Season. This little guy, this little hedgehog with the apron, is from the same set that has the brick wall. And the Easter greetings, that's where that came from too. How about this one? My Heart Loves Your Heart. This was made by Debbie Beal. She's a friend of mine. And we're in a Stampin' Up! Group together that supports each other. Some other different colors, sending birthday hugs. And this ribbon is one of the free items from Sale-a-bration. This was made by my friend Dina. Very simple. Happy birthday. This is for my brother, whose birthday is the day after St. Patrick's Day. We're a full Irish family, so he was born in between St. Patrick's Day and St. Joseph's Day, which happened to be the names of my grandparents. Now, if you follow the Irish naming tradition, he would be named Patrick. But because he was born in between, they named him Tom after my dad. Good compromise. All right, this card uses this plaid paper, which is in the mini catalog. Now, if you need catalogs, if you want to see these catalogs and you don't really like to look online, give me a call, send me an email. It's marygoaroundcards@gmail.com, and that's Mary, M-A-R-Y, and I'll happily get one of these and one of these in the mail to you quickly. This spring catalog is good until the end of April. So Stampin' Up! Has products in their big annual catalog, the spring mini catalog, and there's online products. They call them online exclusives, and that's the only place you're going to see them is online. And they just released some early. That's another benefit of joining Stampin' Up! Is you can get a lot of the products a month before everybody else. And there's some cute stuff in there. I have to put my order in. So here's that watering can I told you about. I used the basket here again, and I just put the shamrocks all the way around the edge. This punch is in your spring catalog as well as this stamp. This one is very much the same. I used a retired piece of paper in the background there. And this was the first one I made, and I like it. It was a little darker than I wanted, and I think if I were to do this fence again, I would heat emboss it. I ended up going over the top of it with a gel pen, a white gel pen. Okay, so what else do I have to tell you here today? I'm just going to check my notes. I hope you liked this little video. I liked making it. Don't forget to like and share. Sharing is caring, and it helps me grow my small business. If you look underneath this video, there's a little thing that says, what does it say? It doesn't say directions. It doesn't say more information. I might say more, but if you click on it, I wish I could think of what it's called right off the bat. If you click on it, it will show you all the different links to my Gmail, to my blog. That's where you're going to find the dimensions for this card. Now my blog shows the one with the shamrocks, not the Easter one, but it's very much the same. You just substitute other things. How to get on my mailing list, which is actually where you're going to find probably the most current of my information. And you can follow me on Facebook. I would really appreciate all of that. And I'll be sharing more celebration videos with you in the weeks to come. So, bye. See you soon.